I will give me a moment. Hello. Hey, welcome to another Vantage strategy clinic. I'm your host Chen Yongjing, and I'll be bringing you guys through some technicals, mainly technicals, because I don't do much of fundamentals. I try to avoid the news if there is any important ones. Let's give it a minute before we start waiting. Let's wait for others to join first. Okay. Let's give it a minute. I'll get some coffee. Okay. Hey, a very good afternoon. Thank you everyone for joining to the Vantage Strategy Clinic. It's 5 p.m. Singapore time. And yes, I will start doing some technicals. Let's go through this slide first. As I mentioned, I'm Yongjing. Okay, a disclaimer. All the information, context, I got to say this first, apologize for that. The information, context, opinions which are expressed in the presentation and on the following slides are solely those of the presenter and not necessarily those of Vantage, and are solely used for educational purposes, as they do not constitute investment advice or consultation on how a client should trade. Vantage does not guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information provided herein. So yeah, please do not follow me, one-to-one. I'm not giving out signals. I'm just giving out my personal thoughts on the market, how I see the market. I'm just sharing what I think. Okay. Introducing your analyst. First, we have Desmond Leong. He is our chief trader. Secondly, we have Jia Ning. Jia Ning is our investment analyst. She's supposed to be hosting this today, but unfortunately, she's not around. So I'll be taking over her. And the third, we have Jin Tao Tai. He's the prop trader for our company. And he's very, very good at fundamentals. Our company is also the finalist for the best Forex research for 2019, 2020, and 2021. We are also the finalists for the best equity research for 2020 and 2021. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to new share. Let's move on to the charts. Okay, can you guys see the charts? So what I'm doing now is I trade mainly using smart money concepts. Smart money concepts. Let me type in the chat. Let me see. Chat. I actually use smart money concepts. I'll say it out in the chat. And Wyckoff. And Wyckoff. Smart money concepts and Wyckoff. Have you guys heard about smart money concept and Wyckoff? Let me send to the chat. Sorry, let me send. Okay, smart money concepts. Okay, so basically, smart money concept. So for me, before I start looking at the market, let me just take an example. I don't look at other pairs. I usually look at DXY, Euro USD, Aussie dollar, and Euro JPY. But for the purpose of learning, let's look at a pair, maybe GU. So normally what I'll do before you start your trading, you go to top down, you will go to top down analysis first. So let's go to the monthly. We don't straight away jump into the charts and start trading, as we don't know what's going on with the charts. So let's look all the way back. Look like it's on the monthly. GU has actually hit some kind of area, some kind of block. Okay, we'll mark it out in green. Okay, let's make it extended green, make it nicer. Okay, we are currently in the zone, but looks like it has already cleared. So for smart money concepts, what I'll do is I'll take a line, I'll draw it straight all the way towards the current monthly. So we'll know what will happen next, or we can roughly gauge. So I'll put SSLQ. SSLQ, oh, it's gone. Oh, my bad, SSLQ. Let me change the time frame. I'll explain what is it. Give me a moment. Visibility, weeks, months, okay, settled. Okay, settled. SSLQ for smart money concepts, I would like to call it sell side liquidity, where the liquidity was cleared and look, it bounced up after clearing the block. Sell side liquidity. I'll type it out in the chats. Sell side liquidity. Okay. And before we move on, I always like to mark out the high and low of the monthly, of the previous monthly. You look, I already have my template with monthly low, monthly high, monthly high. Okay, let's look. Price has cleared the liquidity. I'll put one more down. Copy this up. Do it very, very neat so we know what is going on with the charts. Sell side liquidity. Okay, let's move on to the weekly. What has been going on? Let's take a look. I'll mark it out on the weekly too. Weekly high. Make it very, very neat so you look at your chart, you know exactly what is going on. Weekly high, weekly low. Okay, we'll move on to the daily. Give me a moment. Okay, move on to the daily. So we got our weekly, our daily. Let's get it. Daily high, previous, just remember, it's the previous daily high. Daily low. Everything has been set out in the template, so it's easy. You can just press it, colors change, the words change. You don't have to type it out and manually change. You can save your time. Right click, save as. Okay, it's actually basics. Let's move on. For hours, chart seems to be going up from the monthly sell side liquidity clearance. Let me draw it out. On the 4 hour sell side liquidity cleared on the monthly. Okay, moving on. Let's go to 4 hours. There seems to be some imbalance in the market right here. Let me draw it out. Imbalance in the market. So I'm actually looking for price to continue moving upwards towards this area before we can possibly find a scalp, can possibly scalp a sell, or we can continue looking for a long upwards to this next area of market imbalance. Okay. In case you guys are wondering, right, how I actually do this, right, I'm just using a Fibonacci retracement, and these are my settings. You can follow my style. Take a look. I only have the 0 and 1 ticked, and then I turn it black. My levels line are thinners, and it's a dash line, and I extend lines to my right so I can see all the way instead of manually pulling. Okay, background. Can follow my remaining settings. Okay, let's move on. So I'll mark this area out as 4 hours. It's an area of what I would think is important. Background, let's put it as yellow. Right click. How do I text wrap? Text wrap. I shall not do text wrap for this. So it's 4 hours. I'll be waiting for price to go here. And let's check the hourly. Even better. Hourly, to add confluence into our 4 hours area. There's actually a 1 hour imbalance right here. 1 hour imbalance. There's another one here. I'll draw a box. I'll mark it out, probably red, box red. You can see there's a 1 hour imbalance within the 4 hours. So we can actually expect price to heat up. I will honestly wait for price to hit this area first. Brush all the way up here into this zone. It's the nicer area. Trading is a patience game. I don't trade on Mondays. I usually don't touch. If there are any good trades, I'll try to risk 0.5%. Okay, moving on. Let's move down to the 15 minutes and check what's up. 30 minutes, nothing much. 15 minutes. Okay. We have some nice order block flow. Let me draw it out. It clearing the imbalance. Nice, nice. Turn it green. Okay, probably blue, so you can see it easier. Blue. Order block flow, order flow. Next. Okay, we don't have much here. 30 minutes, 15, 5. Take a look. Okay, this area seems to be good. Seems to be some kind of order block here. But there is actually an imbalance right here. I'll be marking it down. It's on the 15 minutes charts. Let me mark it up. So if price potentially, let's say, if price, I should mark out this brush, man. Okay. So brush, I'll be looking possibly for price to come back here before I will have my smart money concepts confirmation for another buy entry, or price can go either way and hit back down. So I usually wait for point of interest to be tapped before I take any trade. Let's take a look. 15 minutes, there isn't much. Okay, so right now I'm actually just waiting for price to go here, or let me change it. Bullish arrow, or for price to come back down here. We just be waiting. It's all fine. It's all good. Trading is a waiting game. Okay, let's move on to a pair that I'm actually looking at. Aussie dollar. I'm actually looking at Aussie dollar. So I'm actually using smart money concepts. I'm actually price, as you can see, it has broken market structure. So I mark it out nicely. I'm using an arrow. Let me type it out in chat. BMS goes to break of market structure. Okay, just to let you guys know, if you got any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be very, very glad to let you know. So if I'm actually using Wyckoff right now, what I see in the market area, especially this specific area, it's an accumulation. Accumulation. Let me type out in chat. Accumulation. So I'm waiting for. Okay, so since it's accumulation, my next thought process in my head, this entire area should be a markup area. So normally I would for a buy entry, I'll wait for smart money concepts to have a sell side liquidity clearance. It cleared all liquidity. There's no more left. It cleared all the wicks. Everything has been cleared. So I'll be waiting for this sell side liquidity cleared. Next, I'll wait for the first break of market structure, but I don't enter first. I don't enter yet. It's fine. I'll let price retrace down. How do I wait and expect price to actually reach the area? So if you actually look on the replay, Let's look at replay. This area right here is the market imbalance. There is an imbalance in the market. Let me draw it out right here to here. So for this specific area, I'll be waiting for price to come back down, tap this area. My thought process, price come down, tap this area. Before, right now, currently live on the market, I'm actually waiting for price to break this area before I look for a pullback entry buy all the way up. to the hourly one market imbalance. So let me just start one by one, a slow explanation. So you can see price comes down. I'll be expecting price to hit this area. Let me start the replay. Update once every second. Look, when in, price has tapped into the area that I've marked out because there's market imbalance. Because you know, right, price has to be clean. Price goes up. What you want, okay, let me draw it out. What you want, right, is price to be nice. Very, very nice move. Instead of price to go up like that, instead of price to go up like that, and it just continues to go up, it's not clean. There are so many market imbalance. Chart is not clean. What I like is this kind of chart movement. So I want it to come down, retrace, come down, retrace before it goes up. A clean movement in the markets. So let's continue. We see our replay. Price tapped in, went up, and it broke. So right now, what I am personally looking for, I'm touching the Aussie dollar today only because, as you can see, there is no major news for the Aussie dollar today, but there are major news for Euro. Euro 4 p.m. already had a pretty bad news. I wouldn't touch it. Previous 88.6, but the actual is 84.3. So that is actually quite a drastic drop. So we can actually expect sentiments for Euro to be bearish for today. But I wouldn't touch and sell Euro yet because 9 p.m. there's another news. ECB President Lagarde speaks. I wouldn't be touching Euro at all for today just because of these two. What I like to avoid is the known unknowns. You know the news is coming, but do you know what is the actual result of the news? You do not know that. You will only be predicting it. So when it comes to major news events, the market is usually volatile. And for me, I'm a scalper. So if the market moves very, very, very fast, up, down, I do not like it. My stop loss could be hit. I like a clean, slow market without the news around. Okay, so as I was saying, there is no Aussie dollar news. You see, I already tapped Aussie dollar. There's nothing, apply filter. There's nothing much. Let me take a look at the news. Whether there's anything that I should avoid for Aussie dollar. Nothing much. So it's actually clear for the day. But Monday is actually very slow. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for price to break market structure one more time. Before I search for a buy entry to the hourly one market imbalance. Let's look. Hourly one on the 1 hour. Look at this area. Look at this area. Destiny rate. Look at this area. It's a market imbalance. Price has to come up to fill up this area. Hence, I'm looking for a buy all the way up there. And this trade is usually a 1-to-1 trade. Normally, I get a 1% for the day, 1% plus 2%. I'm done for the day. I'm out. So let's look. This is the hourly one point of interest. Let me type it out. H1 point interest. Relatively chill day today. Not much going on. Although I actually missed a euro dollar trade, but I'm glad there is news. USD JPY. Okay, I'll show you a trade that I missed on Euro JPY earlier. But there was so much volatility, there wasn't a proper entry. But I had already had a plan for the sell on USD JPY. Let me take a look next. Let's wait 15 minutes. The huge problem that I have right now. Look at this area on the M15. It's so small, but there is actually market imbalance here that is uncleared. Very, very minute. Extend to the right. Look, if you look very carefully, this area, this specific area, there's market imbalance. So I'm actually waiting for clean price action, price to come down, clear this area before I can look for price to go up, to have a break of market structure. Let the chart do the work, just relax, let it do, you don't have to force trades. Forcing trades usually lead to a loss. Your trading psychology has to be on point too. Discipline is something that I can tell you over and over again, but it's up to you at the end of the day whether you want to instill that kind of discipline with yourself. So how I actually train discipline, I like to go and exercise whether I want to or not. It's not because I like to exercise, but I have to. It helps to instill discipline. You know how much effort it takes for someone, take out your clothes, change clothes, and after you run out of the house, sweat it out, go for a run, cycle, sweat it out, and then you have to come home and bathe and change out. It takes a lot of effort. Most people think about that and then I don't want to do that anymore. But by doing so, forcing yourself to do such a tedious process, change clothes, exercise, run, sweat it out, everything, and go through the entire exercise program that you have, it helps to instill discipline. I do it not because I like it or I want it. I do it because I have to, for the sake of my health and discipline. I ever tried before in the past, I actually stopped exercising and then I got so lazy, man. Lazy until I don't even want to, properly mark out my charts, properly read the news and all these kind of things. So yeah, even after work today later on, I'm planning to actually still go and exercise no matter how tired I am, just to instill discipline. There's no one there to stop me and say, hey, Yongjin, don't come and exercise, don't go exercise. You're really very tired. But the thing is, if I do that, it's me stopping myself from having the discipline to exercise. There's no one else to blame but myself. So I will be going to exercise later. Okay, let's go back to the charts. Price is coming back down on the imbalance, that very, very minute imbalance. This is a live market, Aussie dollar. Let's take a look live for price to come back down into it. If you have any other, currencies that you would like me to check it out, please say so in the chat. I will take a look at it in a moment. Okay, sorry. We are back. So price is coming down nicely into the imbalance. So for those who have just joined us, I'm actually using smart money concepts. I'm waiting for price to do a very nice sweep of liquidity before it goes up, breaks market structure, comes down for retracement where I take a buy all the way up to the hourly one point of interest and market imbalance. That's what I'm looking for right now live on the chart. Okay, I will save this image now. This is what I'm waiting for at the very moment in time. And another confluence why this area has to be cleared, because for smart money concepts, this is an area of liquidity, sell side liquidity with equal rows. Equal rows. Let me type out in chat. Equal rows. Equal rows. Okay. With market equal rows, let me mark it out. Sell side liquidity. See equal rows. I'm expecting price to come down and clear this area. So yeah, it's actually a relatively chill day today. There isn't much going on. It's a Monday. So please keep your hands frosty, your hands disciplined, and don't unnecessarily enter trades when there isn't any. So let's wait live. Let's wait for price to come down and clear this area. Okay, while waiting for that, I can go on to let's look at gold. Oh yeah, let me show you some back tests I've been doing on Bitcoin. Wow, damn, the price has moved mad on Bitcoin. Okay, as you can see, I already marked out earlier. I was looking for the sell side liquidity because I was looking for a buy actually on Bitcoin. So right now, we saw sell side liquidity has been cleared. Just now I draw it out. I was actually waiting for price to do a nice move. Maybe come down here, go up slowly. Very nice market movement. But right now we as you can see, price has gone up. This is very what I like to call a disgusting chart movement. I wouldn't like it. But of course you want it if you already buy and you want the chart to move such a way and you can take profit fast. But for me, I don't like this kind of movement, so I tend to avoid it. So let's move on to the backtest that I was working on Bitcoin. You can see this area I marked out nicely. This is a live trade I took on Sunday. So how my thought process was, I found out this area. We are on the 15-minute chart. M15 market imbalance. So I waited for price to come and clear the liquidity. It cleared every single liquidity, cleared this entire area. It was cleared, and it came down to this area. This even cleared the market imbalance. So right here we have, using Wyckoff, we can see some kind of market accumulation. So as usual, I wait for market to fly up, break of market structure. I marked out this area of imbalance on the M15. Price came in, tapped, went up, broke structure, and then I spotted this very nice market gap. For market gaps, you can expect price to fill up this gap. So I highlighted this area, and I had a buy limit set here. My stop loss was below, and my take profit was at the M15 market imbalance. So when I saw price went up, price went up one more time, failed to break, went up, and I closed around here. So in the end, my trade was nearly, I think, was a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So it was a pretty nice Sunday. So even on Sunday, I do not stop the grind. Other people are out there partying, having fun, weekends, but for me, no. It's the grind set that I have. I want to work hard on this, retire early. That's my personal goal in life. So even on the weekends, I'm working hard. When friends do not call me out on weekends, I actually stay at home, and then I continue trading BTC, USD, any cryptocurrencies that are available to trade on my broker. Okay, so this was a very nice trade. Very nice trade that I had. So yesterday, this is a trade that I missed out. I missed out this trade yesterday. It wasn't something that I would like to take because there's so much volume coming in. I actually want it to close nicely before I actually, enter properly instead of doing a sell stop. So what I saw yesterday, price came up. So what we are looking for is price to break the last area that caused the break of structure. So break of structure, it's the first area. What we are looking for is the next break of structure. Then we have this market imbalance. If I zoom in very closely, price actually tapped in. Price tapped in very nicely. It's just a minor tap. Tapped into the market imbalance. And then boom, it went down. If I actually had set a sell stop, I was actually looking at this already. I already marked out the triple equal lows. So I set this as my target for take profit, sell side liquidity. I was looking for price to come down and clear this area. So this trade was, if I actually set a sell stop, it would have been a nice about 1 to 3 risk to reward trade. And it's also a Sunday, so actually all these trades happened yesterday. So if I actually took this trade I actually took, so if I actually took this trade too, I will be up 4% of my account on Sunday alone. Doing some back testing, you can see I've been spending some time back testing on smart money concepts all the way back. Let me open a day tag so you guys can take a look. I was back testing last Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, entire of last week. Do back tests. Every day is a learning opportunity. Every single day it is. I was back testing all the way back. Taking my time, learning. Since my friends have not called me out yet, so oh yes, look, price has broke. Let's look up. Let's look on BTC USD. Break off. Buy side liquidity. In case you guys are wondering what is BSLQ, buy side liquidity. So right now we can actually look forward to price. Oh damn, there's a very, very huge imbalance here right now. Look at these charts. So much imbalance. Let me draw it up. So much imbalance. So let me mark out as per usual. This is the hourly market imbalance. Let me type it up. H1 market imbalance. Move on to 15 minutes. Let's take a look. Okay, it's probably going to take, quite a while for price to come back down. I wouldn't have any trades open right now. If you are, be careful. Price can come all the way down or price can shoot up. Who knows? I always wait for my point of interest to be tapped first before I even consider any trades. Okay, let's move on from this. There's actually nothing much to see now. Let's move back to Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, look, as I was explaining live just now, this market imbalance that I drew earlier on in this session has been cleared nicely. So I'm looking forward to that price move up and come back down. Oh, sorry. So I'm actually looking forward to price to come up and come back down. Possibly. It's not a confirmation. Just let the market do its job. Let me clear these charts. Okay. This is the break of market structure. Let me check on the 5 minutes why price is still coming down. Okay. Price has nearly tapped into the weekly low and daily low. Both are using the same lines. Get the same numbers. Okay, so why do you have to mark out? Why do you have to mark out the weekly low, daily low, daily high, daily low? I always mark out these areas only because, to me, especially the weekly low and weekly high, it's a very strong resistance or support area. When price hits those areas, it normally reacts very, very strongly. Weekly high, weekly low. If you guys do not draw it out, you don't really understand how come price nearly hit my take profit, but it didn't. It just rejected. So do mark out your monthly, weekly, daily high and lows. Okay, I'm back on the M15 chart for Aussie dollar. There isn't much movement. Let me check it out. Okay, price has already cleared, so I can delete this area to have the chart to make the chart clean. So right now what we are looking at is this O market imbalance area. Let me take a look at 5 minutes. Is there anything that I should be concerned about? I have no trades running at the moment. No trades. I'm just letting the market do its job. Let me take a look at the minute. Wow, price is smashing. Oh, we have quite a lot of imbalance here in the markets. Give me a moment. Okay, the 1 minute. Let me look 4 minutes first. 4 minutes. There is an imbalance. 3 minutes. I normally don't go down to such a lower time frame. I normally just stick to 15 and 5 minutes. But since we are here doing a live analysis, let's look lower at a lower time frame to spot any market imbalance. We can do this together. 2 minutes. Okay, there is very, very small. Can you guys spot it? Can you guys spot it? Okay, it's actually here. It's a very, very small market imbalance here. I will draw it out. It's very, very minute. It's on the 2 minutes. Look, price has cleared the area. Okay, moving on. Let's go on to the 1 minute charts. 1 minute to see the imbalance. What news? There must be some kind of news. Let me take a look. Why is it smashing so hard? Okay, there isn't any. It's fine. It's a Monday. That was good. Let's mark out more imbalance. Okay, we have 1 minute imbalance, and then we have one more right here. Imbalance in the markets. Okay, let's watch closely. It would be nice if, the chart breaks up and we have a nice live trade going on. Let's take a look. All's good. Let's move on to DXY. We're marking out DXY. 1 hour. We have this nice area in case you guys want to know also how I have this very, very beautiful box. Yes, I'm praising myself. I have such a beautiful, nice, clean box. So I'm actually using a gun box. Gun box, you can actually find it here. I'll show you my settings. Gun box. See, my mouse is over the gun box. It's a very, very clean box to use. Why I have the line in the middle, so I know if the 50% discounted area has been tapped. Do copy my settings for the gun box. Price levels 0, 1, 0.5. Everything tapped. Everything has been ticked. Do not follow the other settings. Color, I'm using the 4th gray box from the left. So let's move down. You can actually copy my settings. Coordinates. Okay, visibility, style. Just follow the style will do. I'll give you guys some time to copy it. To have a very, very nice, clean and beautiful chart. Okay, so DXY on the M15. Let me see if there any imbalance in the market. Okay, there is. There is an imbalance right here. So we can expect DXY to continue bullish up to this area. And then we'll see how from there. This is the H1 market imbalance. So if DXY is going up, other currencies trading against it should be going down. Opposite DXY is the US dollar index. If US dollar index goes up, Aussie dollar, as the one I was looking at, should go down. Okay. We'll take a look back in a bit, see whether DXY has entered this nice area. Has entered this area. Let's take a look later. Okay, we'll move back to Aussie dollar, take a look. Nothing much has happened. Price has been smashing. Okay. Okay. If price actually goes down, let's say price breaks below this area. My idea for break of market structure for the long would have been invalidated. I will be waiting for next setup really, probably tomorrow. Tonight I wouldn't be trading. Tonight I'll be exercising, have some kind of discipline, as I mentioned earlier. USDJ. Oh damn, USDJPY. What are you doing, USDJPY? Okay, I wouldn't touch this area now. As of the moment, I wouldn't touch it. Okay, I wouldn't touch it. Why? Look at this. Look at this massive wick. I'm pretty sure the Bank of Japan has intervened or something. It was a very, very big movement. I was looking live on the chart when it happened. Look at this mesh and this wick. What I like to see is, sorry, what I like to see when I come to this kind of disgusting wick, I like to see price clear this wick. Clear it. I want to clear it, go down, do some form of accumulation before I can buy back up. But right now, it's not clean enough. So this area, I can mark it out. Let me pull this outside liquidity here. Seems it kind of is an equal low. It's a nice area to clear liquidity before we go for a long. Let me look back. Why did I mark out this area? Okay, so 1 hour, it's an hourly imbalance. Hourly imbalance. Let me draw it out. There's a clean zone here. Price came down and taps into the hourly market imbalance. Since this area has been already invalidated, let me change it back to the non-extended version. Fair value gap. Okay, let's go. Okay. Clean charts. Very, very. In case I didn't mention, the New York midnight close. New York midnight close. Because I follow and actually learn from Inner Circle Trader, ICT. Don't worry, his content is actually free. You do not have to pay. So I actually learned from him. He talked a lot about the algorithms, the New York midnight close, how the banks actually reset their algorithms at midnight. You see, price usually trades around this level, and he talks about at 11 p.m. Singapore time, which is 11 a.m. New York time, the New York market close trend usually comes to a stop. So let's say, an example, it was bullish from 12 p.m. Singapore time all the way up to 11 p.m. Singapore time. By 11 p.m., price usually reverses. By 11 p.m., price usually reverses. The trend ends. The trend for the day ends. Let's move on. Euro dollar. Oh damn, Euro dollar taking a nice smash. It's a smasher. Okay, I actually missed this trade live just now. I actually personally wanted price to come down to this area before I take a nice long. But nah, price actually it just continues spiking up all the way. It happened at 3. The London open volume. You can see the London open volume smashed up 3:05 p.m. I was waiting to actually buy up. It would have been a very, very nice and clean 1%. So let's look. If the volume spiking down, I will not be taking any trades yet. Why I do not take trades yet right now, although it's coming back down. I want to see probably on the 5 minutes a break of market structure twice before I take a buy again. So let me readjust. Okay, so we have the H4 market imbalance. We can actually look for price to hit this area. The H4 market imbalance. Let me take a look. Okay. So I probably would want to look on the 5 minutes. 5 minutes, the price to come down in, go up, come down, go up, come down, and then head up. How do I do that? How do I do that before the price goes up? I usually watch for 2 break of market structure before I enter. Bullish arrow. Okay, so what I like to see is market structure, break of market structure. Okay, this you guys probably can't see it. Let me pull it up. Break of market structure. So I want to see it twice. So usually what I like to see is price goes up, comes back down for retracement, and then I buy. Where do I buy? Here. Probably I'll be looking for the market imbalance. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry. Looking for the market imbalance. It's a buy. It's my buy. Stop loss below the previous low all the way up. So it's possibly to be, it's just an idea. It could possibly be a 2.81 risk to reward, 2.8%, since I only risk 1% on my accounts. Let's clear this out. Do remember, if you got any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be glad to answer them. Let's look at the news for now. There isn't any news. What is the Fed doing? Ethereum, okay, nah, nothing of interest. As I was saying, I wouldn't be touching EU for today. So much news, so much news. Volatility is mad. Let's go back to Aussie dollar. Okay. My trade has been invalidated. Let me delete it. Let me clear it out. It has been invalidated. Okay, so what I want to do now is take out. Okay. Price has taken liquidity from around this area. Just mark it out. Okay, so liquidity has, buy side liquidity has been cleared. Buy side liquidity. Take over 5 minutes. Okay, so we have a nice liquidity area here. Equal highs. You can look carefully. So much wicks here. So much area. Equal highs. So the buy side liquidity has been cleared on the 5 minutes charts. Okay. Let me take a look. Let me draw it out. Price has broken structure. Price has broken. Break of market structure bottom. So the word VMS is at the bottom. Very, very nice clean charts. So let's wait for the price to come. Possibly looking, but no, we have to take a look at DXY for the market confidence. DX, okay, look, just now we're talking about this market imbalance area. Prices come up, create this area. So if price reacts strongly with this market imbalance, we can either see price goes down. If price goes down, I will be looking for the long on the euro dollar. I wouldn't be touching euro dollar since there's a lot of news. I'll be looking probably for long on the Aussie dollar or a short on USD JPY. Okay, since prices went here, we can only wait let the market do its thing. Let's go up or come down. Let's go back to Aussie dollar. Okay, since price has broken market structure, let me see. Can draw a nice, okay, let's look. Okay, we do a top-down analysis. Okay, wow. Okay, there is a nice order block here, potential block. So let's mark it out using the gun box. To make your box stick, just use the control key, your magnet to the wick. So it's a very, very clean one. Okay. So M30. Okay, so let's go to 5 minutes. See is there any potential. Nothing much. New York midnight close. Okay, nothing much. So I can maybe just I can expect price to, as I was saying earlier, price to possibly react of this price to react possibly of this order block with maybe my take profit at the top here or here. It's up to you. You have to choose which the areas where you want to take profit. There's no wrong or right. End of the day, it's your own market analysis. There's no right or wrong. Even top traders get it wrong sometimes. I do take losses too, so all's good. All is well. Okay, since my idea has been validated, we have nothing to look. Okay, price has nearly tapped into the 5-minute market imbalance. Nearly tapped. We are so close, almost so I can still expect price to come back down. What I like to call this is, before it taps the area, I like to call this a market inducement. I will type it out in chats. Market inducement. We can expect price to come back down to this area. To this area. Okay. Let's take a look. There isn't much we can do now. Probably we wait until 7 p.m. The New York Q zone timing. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. is the New York Q zone timing. So I'll be watching out for that. Aussie dollar. Yes, why it's like reacting. If it breaks up, wow, there will probably be nothing for the day to take. Clean market move. Very, very clean. I'll be looking probably for sales like clean sell. Probably below this area. I spotted a equal low. Sell side liquidity. So if you're actually selling now, it's possible that you can target this equal low. Sell side liquidity. But I'll just mark it out for my own reference too. I'll be looking. I'll not be trading euro dollar today because there will be quite a lot of news later on. So let's go to Aussie dollar. Price is reacting. Nothing much that we can do now. From a technical standpoint, there's nothing much. Oh yes, I added something cool, a watermark. Can add it under indicators. I added first daily buyers, liquidity runs, Q zone timing. Q zone timing is where I only take trades during those timing. For London, the Q zone timing is between 2 p.m. Singapore time to 5 p.m. Singapore time. For the New York Q zone timing, it will be from the 7 p.m. Singapore time to 10 p.m. Singapore time. So, and then we have the BMS, break of market structure, accumulation, distribution, where I use Wyckoff to detect whether the market is accumulating orders and before it goes up. Let me draw it down on the chart. Accumulating orders where the market zigzag, and suddenly it went up. So I like to know which part of the market I'm in right now, whether I'm in the distribution phase or accumulation phase. It wouldn't make sense if I see a distribution phase and I continue buying. The market is coming down, but why would I buy? I'll be losing my money, stop loss hits. It's not worth it. So I always want to know which market phase I am in at the moment. Okay, price. It's possible price could reaccumulate. Possible. Reaccumulate in this area before it hits up. It's possible. Who knows? Just got to let the market decide. Okay, let me proceed all the way back. USD JPY, nice, is broken. So we can possibly look for a nice sell. Possibly. If price breaks this area, we have the buy side liquidity here. Buy side liquidity. As you can see, buy side liquidity. Okay. This is a pretty clean chart. Clean it up, as clean as possible. So it's possible. I'm personally looking right now for USD JPY. It's possible for price to continue heading up, clearing the buy side liquidity before it does its thing. Maybe I can scalp a short sell, a very short one. I want to be in and out of the market fast. 1-to-1 risk to reward, it's fine with me. What you want is accuracy and not some random 1-to-1 1-to-1 trades. Not any random ones. I want high confluence trades like this, buy side liquidity cleared. Let's go on to Aussie dollar, Euro USD, there's nothing much. Okay. As I was saying just now, market inducement. Just now I mentioned earlier, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. How long was this? Okay. I mentioned just only 10 minutes ago, this area causes market inducement. I can expect price to come down. As we can see live, the analysis was right. Price has came back down, but there is no entry. It's nothing nice for me to take at the very moments. Okay. Aussie dollar, there's nothing much. USD JPY, there's nothing much. Probably I can mark this out. Buy side liquidity has been taken within this huge drop. What I want is high probability trades. Even if buy side liquidity has cleared on this area, I do not start looking for a sell because as you can see, there is buy side liquidity at the top. So let's say I decide to sell here when buy side liquidity has cleared, but price can possibly reverse back up and clear the top one. So I usually wait for the larger ones, the larger buy side liquidity clearance. Let me clear this out. Okay. Chart is doing its thing. Probably 7 p.m. we can see some nice movements on the charts. Aussie dollar is heading down. Okay, there's nothing much. If you have no other questions, thank you very much for joining this webinar. My name is Chen Yongjing, and I'm very, very happy to be your host for today. Thank you and goodbye. Have a good day.